There we go. Back in. And let's try this one more time. There we go. Okay, now we've got it. All right, so Floss Boss, I'm not sure what's going on here. We're gonna find out though. We're seeing what's up with Floss Boss. Everybody else is ready to roll. Mojo, I'm sure, is fine. Yeah, everybody pretty much is here, ready to go.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
I don't know what's up with Floss Boss. But we're gonna see if he ends up picking. If he ends up auto drafting, that's pretty lame, but he will get Jamar Chase, which is totally fine. So let's get the parameters down for this one. Again, this is a 12-team Dynasty Bestball, 30 rounds. It is a Superflex tight end premium, full point tight end premium, but we are doing half a point for a rushing and receiving first down. Receptions are worth a full point also. So you're getting the best of both worlds. Better running backs are getting half a point extra for all first downs. The better receivers are getting half a point extra for all their first downs. And then the top tight ends, obviously, they're getting an extra full point for their receptions. Quarterbacks are getting 6 points for a touchdown pass. So plenty of points there. No points for their throwing first downs, but the running quarterbacks will get a half a point for their rushing first downs. So yeah, the top end players are going to get their extra points for sure. Now, any other questions on the format, feel free to just drop it into the chat. Thank you all for joining in. Sorry for the technical difficulties at the beginning there. I apologize. But looks like we got it all fixed now, and we're ready to roll. So glad to have you all aboard. And we're ready to roll. Okay. So, don't know what's up with Floss Boss, but this is unfortunate. I'm going to ask Mike one thing, the commissioner. Because we have one co-owner. I don't know what's up with Floss Boss. All right, well, looks like Floss Boss is going to be on auto. All right, well, we'll deal with it. All right, Lamar Jackson goes at number 2. Oh boy, wasn't expecting this dilemma at pick 3. Well, I am just going to go out of my... Yeah, normally I would have taken Josh Allen, but I'm going to take Jaden Daniels in this one. I don't own very much Jaden Daniels, and so there you go. There you go, Mojo. There's a gift for you. All right. I just don't know. See, Mojo has a co-owner. We know Steve. Steve S. is co-owning with Mojo, and Steve S. also knows Foss Boss. It's possible we could just have Steve draft for Foss Boss. So Mojo debating here at the 104. So all right, after Mojo, then we're gonna have Obama. Sorry, we got Obama 911, and then Mike Woe, the commissioner, then Sloan, then Dexter Carter or D Carter, Sam Spencer, Matt English at the 111, and Finn Laden. Now, Matt English is traded out of the first round also, and he moved back from the 111 to the 206, picked up a fifth rounder for doing so. Not a bad move there on that part. Sloan was able to move up to the 111 by doing that from her pick at the 206. Okay. Mojo's still up at 104. I'm not sure. Okay, there he goes. He took Josh Allen. Okay, so Obama. I'm just gonna call him Obama. All right, Obama is up at the 105 here. Top four picks, nothing too crazy. I mean, normally I probably would have taken Josh Allen, but again, I don't have any real shares of Jaden Daniels, and I wanted to get a piece of him, and so I'm more than happy to do so here. I pretty much value Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, and Josh Allen even across the board, so I want to get a piece of Jaden Daniels, and that's why I went ahead and grabbed him in this one. Okay, so at the 105 here, 105, we've got Jefferson, Gibbs, Bijan, and Burrow as the main top options. Okay, we're going to switch so Steve can draft for Foss Boss. I'm just telling them how to do it. Okay, so Jefferson went at the 105 by Obama, and Mike Woe is up now. All right. Okay. Let's get this set correctly. And we'll get an invite out. There we go. We just had the guy at the 101. I apologize for this. So a little bit of mix up. The guy at the 101 is in the hospital, and so we didn't want to postpone the draft here, but Steve S was co-owning with Mojo, and we're going to have Steve S is going to take over for Foss Boss here. So they know each other well enough that this should be just fine. Okay. Okay, so we're just trying to get the right team assigned. Now, in the meantime, Bijan goes at the 106. Bo Nix goes at the 107. That's not a surprise. Sloan is a huge Denver Broncos fan, so we are totally understanding that one. She wanted to make sure she got her man, and she got her man. So, in the meantime, Jahmyr Gibbs went at the 108, and we're on Sam here at the 109. All right, we're just waiting for Steve to accept the invite. A little unconventional here, but we'll fix it. All right, so now Brock Bowers goes to Sam at the 109 with the full point tight end premium. Not shocking. Let's see here. It says the league is full, huh? Okay. Okay. So he's saying that the league is full, might have to allow more managers in the settings. Okay, let's see here. We're gonna remove Foss Boss. Now try it. Okay, and it's on Spencer now at the 110. So we're going to get this figured out. So, yes, we're on Spencer at the 110. So, little surprising move with Bo Nix at the 107, but we know that Sloan loves her Broncos, and so, yes, just wanted to make sure that she got Bo Nix. Bo Nix, of course, having an awesome rookie season. He's probably just drafted about a round ahead of where he normally goes. You know, there's no reason that Bo shouldn't necessarily go ahead of any of the other quarterbacks that are second year starters this year. So it's not a terrible pick. All right. Okay, so we're still waiting on Spencer here. We'll see which route he decides to go. If he goes QB, wide receiver, or running back, I don't know that he's going to take McBride here right away after Bowers just went, but we'll see. Plenty of options, and he'll have a pick coming right back at the 203. And there we go. We got Steve assigned, so Steve is in. All right. We're good. Okay, so we're still waiting on Spencer here. Spencer around? What's up? Okay, so he's got to wait a minute. I'll be right back. All right. Thanks for hanging in there. Okay. So we are just waiting on Spencer. So, little recap so far. Little recap here. We went Jamar Chase at the 101, then the three top QBs, Lamar, JD, and Josh Allen. Then Justin Jefferson to Obama. Then Bijan to Mike Woe at the 106. Bo Nix going 107 to Sloan. Then Carter taking Jahmyr Gibbs at the 108. And Brock Bowers going to Sam at the 109. All right. All right, so we're sitting on Spencer here at the 110. And then Matt English, actually, no, it is Sloan again at the 111. Sorry. Matt English traded it. He has 2 picks coming up in the second round, one at the 202, then one at the 206. Again, he scooped up Sloan's 5th rounder for that selection. I'll show you the whole board here. There we go. So you can take a look now. There we go. You can see I traded out of my 210 and 803 and acquired Sam's 409 and 504. Also getting his 11th rounder and giving up my 12th. And then I got his 26 second for my 26 third. Okay. I just felt I liked this pocket in the draft, and so I'm hoping I get some kind of talent that I'm looking at there. Don't mind getting out of the 210, but we'll see. Again, with only 10-minute clocks, it doesn't leave you a whole lot of time to negotiate a deal. There's more than the 5-minute clock that we had in the previous one, but yeah. All right. Yeah, just waiting on. And Steve put the second rounder on the block here. I don't know that I'm going to move back up. I'd probably have to pay more to move back up than what I gave up for my 210. So we'll wait and see who else wants to try and move up for that second rounder there at the 212. It's an interesting conundrum for the guys at the beginning of the first round, being that it's third round reversal. So if for those of you who may not have played in a third round reversal, what that means is that whoever picks at the 112, of course, gets the 201, but rather than having to wait till the 312, they get the 301, and then things follow in order. Okay, so Spencer went ahead and grabbed Joe Burrow at the 110, and then Sloan jumps on Saquon Barkley, not waiting. No hesitation there. Gets her man, Saquon. Okay, so Sloan jumps on Saquon, and we're at the turn with Bin Laden here. Okay. We've got Bin Laden and Obama in this house. Ooh, scary draft. Okay. Let's bring up the bottom of the board here so you can see who's available there. Top guys. Lots of talent there sitting there. Okay. See, now if I had been trading up into the first round for that, probably would have been going quarterback. So, okay, since I just. And Bin Laden goes Jalen Hurts. Good deal. Getting him at the 112. Normally, I mean, if it's quarterback heavy, I would say Jalen Hurts could go at the 104, honestly. Because I have him pretty much head-to-head with Joe Burrow. Now we know Sloan went ahead and grabbed her guy at the 107, which is a little early, but anyway. So Hurts grabbed, Bin Laden grabbed Hurts and CeeDee Lamb at the 112 and 201. Matt English doesn't take long to jump on his guy, Malik Neighbors, falling to the 202 for him. And now it's on Spencer, who is back in the house. All right. And Spencer getting Joe Burrow with his first pick at the 110. Solid pick there. Now we'll see which direction he decides to go with his second pick at the 203. Okay. Top players on the board are Genti, Amon-Ra, Puka, Brian Thomas Jr., and Patrick Mahomes. Oh, this is a wild one, watching the NFC divisional playoff here between the Eagles and Rams last year in the snow. What a great game that was. All right. So which way does Spencer decide to go? He jumps on Puka. Nakua, there it is. And now we are to Sam, who went Brock Bowers in the first round. What way does he decide to follow it up with here? Top players on the board: Genty, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Brian Thomas, Patrick Mahomes, and Nico Collins. Top tight end would be McBride. Okay. So, for those of you in the chat, who do you like here for Sam? I mean, why not pick for him, right? Do we want to put a poll up? I don't know if they give me that option. That would be great. But I don't know that Sam would take that advice anyway. Sam's the one that I made the deal with, and so he's going to have a pick coming up here at 10, so that plays into his strategy here a little bit. Probably trying to play out who is going to be available in the next 6 picks after his selection. So, yeah. I don't know that anybody's still on the board here in the top 5. Will still be there at the 210. It's possible. Go. Now we got the chat up. All right, we got everything rolling here. Okay, so 40 minutes in, we are 15 picks in. Not bad. Okay, if we can get through round 2 by the end of the hour, I think we're in good shape to try and get through 10 rounds in 4 hours. That would be nice. Okay. Yes, that was my Dr. Pepper. I don't know if we can, we'll try and go for an endorsement here. 0 sugar Dr. Pepper, yes. Tastes exactly like the regular Dr. Pepper. For those of you who haven't tried it. Clean, refreshing, 23 spices, whatever it is. Is that right? I don't know how many spices are in it. Seasonings, spices, whatever it is. Okay. So, we are just chilling out, waiting on Sam. It's always interesting, whoever takes Brock Bowers in the first, see what route they decide to go in the second round. It's not easy. That's the conundrum with taking a tight end in the first round. Is it's a normal build to most people, what they're used to. So yeah. We'll see what route he decides to go. Okay. Carter, Sloan, Mike, Obama, all ready to roll here. Just waiting on Sam. Now, if I'm doing this build, I think it'd be most interesting if he decided to go with McBride and just force his hand at the tight end position. With the full point premium, that'd be one way to definitely go, just corner the complete market at the tight end position. I haven't seen anybody do it in an actual draft. I've seen people do it in mock drafts, but I haven't seen anybody do it in a real draft. So it'd be interesting if he decides to roll that way here. I understand the thought process behind it. Just creates a complete cornering of the tight end market, and gives them flexibility to be able to trade one of them as well. So when you draft a Brock Bowers only, Bowers is sort of a guy who's a parked asset, so to speak, right? So, for instance, he drafted Brock Bowers, but somebody like CeeDee Lamb, who went just a couple picks later, could have gone. A lot of these picks in the back end of the first could go at the front end of the second round, right? So what my point is that CeeDee Lamb or say Justin Jefferson, who went a few picks before Bowers, they're much more flexible. People look at wide receiver differently than they look at the tight end position, right? There's plenty of tight ends that you get later on in the draft that people are more than comfortable with just sitting on them as their tight end and they're ready to go. A top end wide receiver, however, people are always excited for those. So that's where the conundrum comes in, but that way, if he were to take McBride, he could play that angle. Now, if he doesn't take McBride, there's plenty of great options here. Like, you can't really go wrong with any of these dudes that are listed here on the top 5. Fine, I understand. You go with any of them, you can make a build that way. Now, he also has the 210, and I'm not sure who he's planning on or what he's figuring on is going to be there at the 210. It'll be interesting to see what he ends up grabbing there, because he also has the pick being third round reversal, also has a pick at the 304. So he's got this pick, another pick in 6 picks after, and then another pick 6 picks later. So he technically has 3 of the next 18, 19, technically. Yeah. 19 picks. No, 3 of the next 12 picks. 13 picks. Yeah, 13. 3 of the next 13 picks. So really he's looking at the next top 13 players and seeing which positions, or if he's really got a fever for one of them, maybe that's who he goes with here, because he doesn't feel they're going to fall to the 210. We'll see. But yeah, interesting strategy here for Sam, and I could see why he went Bowers first, because he gets that box checked, so to speak. He's got that market cornered now with Bowers, but not completely. So we'll see who he ends up going with. Yeah, I think if we're doing this, we should make it 5 minutes for doing it this way. But regardless, this gives us plenty of time to analyze each pick. I don't know if they're trying to make a deal or what.
Come on!
All right, he grabs the top guy, Ashton Genty. Next up is Carter. And so he gets the Bowers Genty start. All right. So Bauer's Genty start is interesting because the running back position is very front loaded, I'd say. You know, you got your top three generally, dynasty wise, and you can throw Saquon right on the edge there. Saquon's obviously a win now type pick, being 28 years old. So Sloan looking to go down that road, but you've got Genty then, who complete unknown as to how many points he'll score. We expect a lot of volume, obviously, there in Las Vegas with the Raiders. For Ashton Genty, I mean, they literally have nothing but garbage behind him. Basically, Raheem Mostert as the top guy behind him. And so, yeah, should be tons of volume for Genty. It's just a matter of, like, how much red zone opportunity will Genty get in Las Vegas this rookie season. The offense should be better as a whole, just with Geno Smith running the show there versus the mixture of, you know, what was it, Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell last year. So Geno Smith should settle down that offense. It's yet to be seen how well the offensive line will be. But good players can make their O-lines look better. And so I think that's what's going to kind of happen there. With the Raiders, you've got Brock Bowers, and then Jacoby Myers, Jack Besh, the rookie. So there's some good athletes there. You got some good guys on the outside. Trey Tucker, Dante Thornton on the outside there. So we'll see what that Raiders offense can put up. But, I mean, Pete Carroll didn't come in there to do a rebuild. There's no doubt there. Chip Kelly coming in. He's going to run a ton of plays, or as many plays as he possibly can. And so, yeah, look for Genty to get plenty of volume. How efficient that volume will be is yet to be seen. But we could be in store for a monster season from Genty, that's for sure. All right, BTJ going there to Carter, and now we've got Matt English back on the clock. Probably a little disappointed he didn't get BTJ there, but I'm sure he's got another plan up his sleeve. All right. Who is he looking at? I mean, Matt, you got plenty of shares of Brian Thomas already. I don't think there's anything to be too worried with there. And he jumps on his boy Nico Collins there. Not surprising. Okay. Next up, we're on the commish. Mike Woe. Top 5 guys available are Amon-Ra, Pat Mahomes, Trey McBride, Devon Achane, and Travis Hunter. Yes. Okay. So, Obama coming up next. And Mike grabs Trey McBride. All right, so there's the other top tight end going. So McBride goes to Mike Wall, going with the running back tight end start, similar to Sam, taking advantage of that 1 point tight end premium. And we are to Obama. He jumps on Devon Achane. So he gets a Jefferson Achane start, similar to Carter, who got Gibbs and Brian Thomas to start with, getting the running back wide receiver combo. Just reverse. Now we're to Mojo. Mojo getting Josh Allen at the 104. I think this is the first time I've seen Josh Allen go at the 104. And I'm partially to do with that, but again, as I said, I value Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, and Josh Allen all pretty equally right now. I just went ahead and took Jaden Daniels because I literally don't have any meaningful shares of Jaden Daniels. I do have one share of him, but that's in a smaller league, and so I just wanted to get JD in a more meaningful league here, and so that's the route I went. But Mojo here, more than happy to grab Josh Allen, I'm sure, at the 104. Next up will be Sam. Again, as I mentioned, he made the deal with me where I got his 4th and 5th. He got my 8th, and I landed 2nd in 26. I also moved up in the 11th, into the 11th from my 12th, and he got a 3rd back. Okay. Mojo starting off with Josh Allen. Now, historically, I know how he likes to draft. We'll see what he ends up going with here. I'm not here to disclose other people's strategies, we'll put it that way, who I have drafted with. That's not fair to them, I guess I'd say. So, but I will talk about previous picks. And so the Achane pick, a little higher than I've seen him go. I haven't seen him go this high into the 2nd round, but I can understand it with the format. You're getting full point for reception, which Achane got plenty of last year, and then you're getting a half point per first down, and so Achane gets plenty of those through the air and on the ground, so I can understand there. Miami's offense, on the other hand, I'm not sure how much touchdown opportunities he's going to get. That really falls on the health of Tua, and so Achane's been interesting. Like, I have a few shares of him, I think 4 shares in my leagues, and so I wasn't openly trying to trade him, but I wasn't outwardly trying to trade for him either, if you get my drift. Like, I'll just sit on him, see how the season starts, and if I'm able to get rid of him for increased value because he looks good at the beginning, that's something I may explore. But, you know, I've got him on all contending rosters, so it's kind of tough. Like, nobody was going to give me more than what his value is right now, and I wasn't looking to undersell him. Like, I wasn't totally scared. Like, even if the offense is dog shit this year, he's still going to benefit from that. Like, either way, I see Achane benefiting. The only way he actually gets better, though, is if Miami's offense explodes, right? And so he gets a ton of touchdowns. We've got a trade. And what is the trade that went through here? We've got I don't understand that deal at all. Okay, here we go. Now we rattle off some picks. Mojo grabbing Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then Travis Hunter going in the 2nd round. Now, this is an IDP league, as I mentioned, and so totally can understand the pick there of Travis Hunter. We'll see how much defense he actually plays. Obviously, with the amount of capital that the Jaguars gave up for him, we're expecting him to play both sides and quite a bit of offense for sure. So it'll be interesting. Can't hate on the pick for sure because in this format, he's projected a ton of points, but they're giving him who knows how many of those are defensive points. So it's hard to say. Really, we're all just guessing until we see him play week 1, week 2, week 3, like the first month. We see how it goes. Then we'll get a better idea of what Jacksonville is planning on using him for. But I can't see them using that kind of draft capital and not just, getting him out on the field as much as possible. So, yeah, I like the pick there by Sam. He moved up with my pick that he got for his 4th and 5th rounders. Went ahead and grabbed Travis Hunter. Now Sam Laporta goes at the 211 to Dre Andrews, Dr. Andrews, and he grabs Laporta here in this full point tight end premium. Laporta, that's where his value about would say to go. I'm not in love with Laporta, but that's because the Detroit offense is just so stacked. So obviously Laporta had the monster rookie season, and value-wise, yes, he's definitely the 3rd most valued tight end in Dynasty. So I understand the pick for sure. Now Steve is up on the clock. Steve taking over for Foss Boss here. And we'll see what route Steve decides to go after taking Jamar Chase with the 101 to start things off. Then we'll have Bin Laden and Matt English to follow as we go to the 3rd round reversal. Okay. What was the trade that happened? Oh, I see. So they traded the 204 and 205. Okay. So Sam did not love his Ashton Genty pick. Preferred Brian Thomas now. And Carter decided to go. Okay, so Carter is starting it off running back heavy now. I like that. Going Gibbs. If you're going to go one way, go strong that way, right? Now Sam gets Brian Thomas, so now he gets both Jaguar wide receivers and along with Brock Bowers. Okay, now we have Drake London off the board for Steve, so he starts off Jamar and London, and then we get Marvin Harrison going right away to Bin Laden, and we're back to Matt English on the clock. Let me move the board down a little here so you can see it a little better. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we're on Matt English and his team. Bring up his roster real quick. There we go. So Matt English sitting on Malik Neighbors and Nico Collins so far. Does he decide to go another wide receiver or go elsewhere is the question now. Plenty of talent still out there on the board as we on the 3rd round here on the 3rd round reversal. And matchups on Ladd McConkey. There it is. The triple wide start for Matt. And we're to Spencer. Let's check out Spencer's roster. here. Spencer getting the Joe Burrow Puka start. And his pick here at the 303. Let's see who he's deciding on taking. Bucky Irving, and then Sam auto picks with Marion Hampton. Okay. And now we're to Carter. Carter starting off with Jahmyr Gibbs and then trading Brian Thomas Jr. for Ashton Genty straight up. That's actually a deal that we saw a lot, more often than, I mean, that was actually a deal that was done quite a few times this offseason. In the rookie draft season, a lot of people were looking to basically flip-flop, you know, running back into a wide receiver or vice versa. That was pretty commonly done. Brian Thomas for the 101 or Ashton Genty, whatever you want to call it. But now we're on Dexter. Let's bring his squad up here as you can see. Two running backs here. Doesn't get much better than that. Gibbs and Genty. Okay, what route does he decide to go now? Okay. Still got Mahomes sitting there, A.J. Brown, McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, and Derrick Henry. Those are the ones listed on the Sleeper app board. Should be interesting to see who he pulls here. Does he decide to go triple running back? Try to corner the market on running back? And who does he go with there at running back? Does he go with one of the older guys here? Hampton just got taken, so it's harder to go younger guy. I mean, Bucky and Hampton back to back. Don't know that he goes running back. I will be right back. Okay, so on the clock here now. So we had a little wide receiver run happen. JSN Higgins, Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin, AJ Brown. Okay. Well, I was not expecting Patrick Mahomes to be here, that's for sure. Oof. Wow. Let's see here. There we go. All right. I'm going to go have dinner and I will be back, but yeah, just keep rolling. Shouldn't be long, maybe an hour, and I'll be back. You can keep this on. And actually, I'll wait here and see if my pick comes back up. I'll probably just draft from my phone.
Drop down your hands.
Okay, we're back. Let's get the board set here. There we are. Okay. We got Tyreek got auto picked to me because I was busy taking care of something. My bad. And then we had James Conner and now Justin Fields go. All right, so we're on Steve. Steve's sitting on 3 wide receivers, a running back, and 3 quarterbacks. And let's see here. And then we'll be on Davis, and Davis is at 2 quarterbacks, a tight end, 2 running backs, and 2 wide receivers. Okay. Interesting. Oh, and he goes with the first IDP, TJ Watt. Let's see if that starts anything here. And we're to Davis. He goes Travis Kelce, the 802. And now we're on Sam. As the pick that he got from me in that deal earlier. And we'll see which route Sam decides to go. Sam's team right now. Slide it up here. Actually, we can just do it this way. Sam's team. So far, this is what he's looking like. He's got Bowers, Hunter, Thomas, Pickens, Hampton, and Caleb Johnson. So no QBs, 3 wide receivers, And he gets Penix here. Okay. Then we're on Mojo. Mojo is sitting on most of his picks. He did trade out. I don't know who got Hawkinson. Is that Mike Whoa? I don't know why Hawkinson isn't lit up for him. Yeah, he does have Hawkinson. I don't know why. I don't know why Hawkinson wasn't lit up for him. But there we go. All right. And Mojo goes with Justin Fields, I believe. Yes. No, Steve took Justin. That was the trade, okay. Mojo got TJ Watt as well. All right. That makes more sense. Okay. That's what it is. Steve got the 604, which was TJ Hawkinson. Okay. I don't know why this board isn't showing it. Let me back out and go back in. There we go. Okay. Now it's showing it correct. And we're on Mojo. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Now that we're back in here, it's a little more settled in. Okay. Mojo down to 1 minute here. And Chris Olave goes to Mojo. now we are on Obama. And Myles Garrett goes to Obama. Bryce Young to Mike Woe, getting his second QB there. Zach Vaughn going to Sloan. And now Carter is up. All right, we are on Carter. Carter's squad right now. We'll take a look at it. Carter made that one deal earlier, switching Genty and Brian Thomas. And so he's sitting on Gibbs, Genty, Travion at running back, Caleb and Cam Ward at quarterback, Tyler Warren at tight end, going very young here. JSN at wide receiver. All right, Carter looking strong. And let's see, then Sam is up. Sam all over the board did just grab his first quarterback. After that, we got Spencer. Spencer with one QB. He's got two running backs, Bucky and James Cook. Then Puka, Devonta Smith, and Jordan Addison, and Colson Loveland. All right. Then Matt English, all over the place here. We got four wide receivers, Stroud and Lawrence at QB, and then Henry, Kenneth Walker, and Kamara at running back. All right. There we go. Carter grabbing Zaire Franklin, linebacker for Indy. And we're back to Sam. Sam's squad right there. I'm sure he would have liked Trevor Lawrence, but Matt English grabbed him, about 6, 7, 8, 9 picks beforehand. Might go back in time and take T-Law instead of Pickens, but never too late. It's Dynasty. Plenty of time to wheel and deal. So that could be a possibility on the horizon. Who knows? We'll see. Down to 3 minutes for Sam. Okay. So coming up, we've got Spencer, who's sitting on 1 QB, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and a tight end. Matt, who's sitting on 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 4 wide receivers, and Bin Laden sitting on 1 QB, 3 wideouts, 3 running backs. Sorry, Matt English will not be up. Mike Wool will be coming up. 2 QBs, 2 running backs, 3 running backs, 2 wideouts. There it is, Micah Parsons going to Sam. All right, Spencer is up. Got a run of defensive players here in this IDP format. Got big points for IDP players. You can understand. Sam Darnold going to Spencer there. It's his second QB. Jalen Waddle to Mike Wool. There it is. It's 3 wideouts you can see there. Garrett Wilson, Rome Odunze, and Jalen Waddle. And we're to Bin Laden. Bin Laden. Straight down the board. Nothing too crazy. Jalen Hurts, CeeDee Lamb, awesome start. Marvin Harrison then went back-to-back running backs here, and Kyron and Breece Hall. Then Chuba and Mike Evans. Now he's got back-to-back picks here. Let's see what he decides to roll with. He goes Devontae Adams with the first pick. Okay. And Isaiah Pacheco on the backside. So skipping QB. And tight end. Interesting. Mike Wool up. And Matthew Golden to Mike Wool. Gets the Packers hopeful number 1 there. So he's sitting on Garrett Wilson, Rome Odunze, Jalen Waddle, and Matthew Golden now. And we're back to Spencer here. Spencer's picks. There we go. Joe Burrow and Sam Darnold. And he grabs Joe Mixon as his 3rd running back. Bucky, James Cook, and now Joe Mixon. All right. We are to Sam. There's Sam's squad. Sam grabbed Micah Parsons last round. We're at the 9:04. He grabs Aiden Hutchinson, going back-to-back defense, loading up on Parsons and Hutchinson. Now we're to Carter. Carter grabbing Zaire Franklin last round. See which route he decides to go this time. Will he also follow suit and grab a defensive player again? Down to 2.5 minutes here for Carter. Show his squad again here quick. Two QBs, 3 running backs, 1 receiver, 1 tight end. We got Sloan coming up next. She's on 1 QB. 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and 2 running backs, and then Zach Vaughn on defense. After that, we'll be back to Matt English. I forgot Sloan has, I didn't mention, she has Saquon also. Just, Saquon Barkley. Right. There he is. There's Carter back in the room. And he takes Lemke Egbuka. Alright, now we're on Sloan. There we go. Jerry Jeudy to Sloan. Old Denver Bronco there for Sloan. Matt English now. Matt English on 2 quarterbacks, 4 wide receivers, and 3 running backs right now. Let's see what position he decides to roll with. And Matt English goes Cortland Sutton, the Denver Broncos. Surprised Sloan didn't grab Sutton there, having Bo Nix. Interesting move. All right, now we're to Obama. Okay, so Obama here. It's in on Jefferson, T-Mac, and DJ Moore. 1 QB in Dak Prescott, Myles Garrett, and Devon Achane. Okay, then Mojo, and then back to me. All right. Okay. Oh, yeah. Man, Lamar Jackson's insane. I was just watching the Baltimore-Cincinnati shootout from last year on NFL Network. This is insane. Number 3 game of last year. Obama is going to timeout.
Dude.
Roquan Smith. Okay. Now we're on Mojo, who went Chris Olave last round. There's what he's sitting on with Allen, Goff, and Fields at quarterback, Amon-Ra, AJB, and Chris Olave at wide receiver, and Jonathan Taylor, and the currently arraigned Quinshon Judkins, and then TJ Watt on defense. Goes Cam Scadaboo. Okay. All right, on me. Let's see here. Which route do I want to go? We'll do this here. There's Godwin. And we're on Davis. Okay. Davis is sitting on 2 QBs. Laporta, Kelsey, CMC, and Connor. Goes Nick Bonito, linebacker for Denver. Now we're back to Steve. Steve hasn't picked in a couple rounds since he traded up for TJ Hawkinson. And so he's sitting on Chase London and Rice, Josh Jacobs, then Purdy and McCaffrey. He grabs Mark Andrews and Tucker Kraft back to back. Now it's on me. Okay. Ooh, let's see here. What should we up here? We are gonna go. There we go. Back to Steve here. Grab my boy Brian Robinson. Loving it. There we go. All right. Okay. So I didn't come into the draft expecting to take 5 quarterbacks in the first 6 rounds. But when you let Justin Herbert fall, when you let Patrick Mahomes fall to the 3rd round, you let Drake May fall to the 5th, Justin Herbert in the 5th, Baker Mayfield in the 6th, like, I am going to draft them, yes. No doubt. Steve goes Jaden Reed, then Will Anderson to Obama. And we're back to Matt English here. Matt English sitting on 2 QBs, 3 running backs, 5 wideouts. Mm-hmm. And Ricky Pearsall to Matt English. No doubt he's loving that pick. And we are back to Sloan here. And she grabs Brian Branch from Detroit. And now we're back to Carter. Carter grabbing Emeka Egbuka last round. I wouldn't have minded getting Egbuka. I was leaning towards taking him when I took Tyreek on accident. But that's alright. That happens. Okay, there it is, Fred Warner. Okay. Sam is on the clock. All right, Sam going Parsons and Hutchinson with the last picks. I'll be right back. Okay, so Abdul Carter goes to Sam, and then Khalil Shakir to Spencer. There we go. Spencer grabbing Khalil Shakir there. And now we're back to Mike Woe. There we go. Mike's team. Let's see here. He's got 4 wide receivers, 3 running backs, 5 wide receivers now with Jaden Higgins, Kyler, and Bryce Young, along with Trey McBride at tight end. And now we're on Finn Laden to finish things up here. We're going to go to a slow draft at round 10. So we'll finish this stream up after Finn Laden makes his, at least his first pick. We'll see. Getting a little thin at QB. See what he decides to do this time around. He goes Mason Crosby. And with the second pick, okay, and there it is. Changing the clock here. And so we're going to end the stream right here. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a wild one so far. Very interesting. We will do a review of this where we stand. Either tomorrow night or Tuesday night. We'll see. But yeah, I'll get to it and show you where we're at. Hopefully we're in at least round 15 or so. We'll see as the teams start to develop a little more for us. And with that, I want to ask you, please smash the like and subscribe. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Birdhouse Dynasty Show, and buymeacoffee.com/Birdhouse Dynasty Show. Thank you for tuning in tonight, and remember, never stop working.